This tutorial includes an overview of APA, using the REALTOR University Writing Center and sources for academic writing and research help. When we talk about APA, we are talking about the literal manual of style published by the American Psychological Association. The purpose behind this manual is to establish a set of procedures or style rules, which would organize the many components of scientific writing to increase the ease of reading comprehension. The tenets of APA are to be clear and concise, reduce bias, and regulate format. Standard formatting helps your colleagues by creating consistency in paper appearance, so they know where to look for certain components of your paper. Formatting covers how you set up your title page, the inclusion of a running head, where page numbers appear, the mechanics of writing such as punctuation, abbreviations, spelling, and capitalization, displaying data in charts, graphs, and tables, and it also dictates how you cite sources in the body of your paper, as well as how those sources are represented in the references page at the end of your paper. Do not panic. You're not expected to memorize these rules. You should refer to a copy of the APA Manual of Style as you write, or use one of the many online guides, such as the Purdue Online Writing Lab, commonly referred to as the OWL, or the APA Style website. We will limit ourselves to basic references, basic in-text citations, and formatting quotations during this overview. Let's look at APA references first. The APA manual addresses each type of source you might cite in your paper, but there are too many variables to exhaustively cover in this overview. So we will focus on where to find guidance for formatting each type of source. Reference examples begin on page 193 of the APA 6th edition manual, but you can also access basic references using online guides. References start on a new page at the end of your paper. References are listed alphabetically, are double-spaced, and use a hanging indent. Remember, you must include all works cited in the paper. Pay close attention to capitalization, spacing, punctuation, and italics. Note that there are rules about listing multiple authors. Look to examples to model your references after. There are rules about listing multiple authors, using sentence case for titles of articles versus maintaining capitalization and punctuation for journal titles, etc. When referencing a general web page, it is your responsibility to look for author and date information, which might not be readily available on that page. Navigate to the home page or about page to try to find it. Most databases, such as EBSCO, have cite tools that provide APA formatted references. However, it is important that you be familiar with APA formatting because these tools are not infallible. When do you credit a source? If it has a direct influence over your work. When data, definitions, background information, or used to support a statement or argument. When you use facts and figures that are not common knowledge. As a general rule of thumb, when in doubt, cite the source. Citing sources in text follows a pattern. Always name the responsible party or parties for the source, which is normally the last name of the author or authors. Always give the year the source was published. If you are citing a direct quote, then a page or paragraph number must also be included. This can be done in a number of ways depending on how many authors are responsible and depending on how many times the same source is cited in your paper. So refer back to Table 6.1 as you write. For example, if you mention the author's name in the sentence, you only need to provide the publication year in parentheses. If you don't mention the author in the sentence, both the author's last name and the publication year will have to be included in the parentheses. Note that the in-text citation is typed before the period ending the sentence. The format doesn't change when two authors are mentioned in the sentence. Spell out the word "and," but when they are cited in parentheses, use an ampersand. When there are 3 to 5 authors, you must provide the names for all authors the first time you cite that work, but only the first author, followed by et al., which is Latin for "and others," in any subsequent citations. And when the work is by 6 or more, you only ever cite the first listed author, followed by et al. Quotations should be used sparingly, only when paraphrasing can't capture the authenticity of the quote. APA recognizes 2 types of quotations: short quotations, which are 39 words or less, and long quotations, which are 40 words or more. And yes, APA expects you to count the number of words. Short quotations should be enclosed in quotation marks, and parenthetical citation should come after the quotation marks, but before the punctuation ending the sentence. Long quotations should be in block quote format, which starts on a new line with each line of the quotation indented. Do not use any quotation marks when using block formatting, and place the punctuation ending the sentence before the parenthetical citation. Again, citations for quotes require not only the author and date, but also the page or paragraph number where the quote appears in the source. Once you've written your paper using the APA manual and other APA resources, and you've done your own review of your paper, we encourage you to submit your paper to tutor.com. From within your RU course shell, select Tutoring. Here you can select On-Demand Tutoring or Drop-Off Essay Review. Select Drop-Off Essay Review, fill out the form indicating APA citation format, upload your paper, and click the Submit button. You will see a message from tutor.com to acknowledge receipt of your paper. You can also visit your sessions page to see pending review requests. A tutor will review your paper, identifying strengths and weaknesses, and provide suggestions for editing, all normally within 12 hours. Ultimately, it is up to you to make sure you fulfilled the requirements of your assignment, but the tutor will be able to make suggestions regarding APA formatting and overall cohesiveness of your writing. Essay review is available 7 days a week. Throughout your courses in the REALTOR University Master of Real Estate program, you will have questions. Whether they are about APA, research, writing, or general use of the library collection, never hesitate to contact a librarian with any question you have, large or small. The library is an academic resource in itself, meant for you to use. We know you don't do all your work during our business hours, which is why we've created helpful links and tutorials for you to access any time of the day. These can be found on the Help tab at library.realtoru.edu. Click the appropriate topic to open up a wealth of resources. Remember, you can reach librarians via phone, email, or social media.